I feel like this is a conversation you two should have, so.
Not knowing about the kids and stuff, you had said that was your first time hearing about it. I said that.
Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book 91. We are talking to you guys today about Love Locked episode 4. I want to break it down for you guys. Tokyo. I said this last time, Tokyo's energy is off, bro. It's off. It's off. You know what I'm saying? But she has a little bit of a beef and a bit of a tiff with Jamie. And also she basically emasculates our boy Micah as well. And I said it from the last episode when she did it with Folish. The kind of guy that she wants, if she likes you, she's not going to try and test you the way she just tested Micah. And she did it on the show as well. So we're going to talk a little bit about her, talk a little bit about other people's connection as well. Naeem is coming up again once more, but there was some really interesting kind of conversations that we can really have about relationships and dealing with certain issues. But if you're new to the channel, please do me a favor, like it, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification of the what up loads. And for those of you who are returning, you already know what it is, baby. You got the minerals, Stay hydrated. Why? Because the streets out there are hot. All right, let's get into the video. Let's just watch a little bit of this scene here.
That was my first time hearing about it, but he said that he talked about it outside of it.
You are very messy.
Here comes Toke.
I think this whole little ordeal is fake.
I'm ready to boot off Jamie. I'm ready for her ass to go home.
Now, she's obviously having a problem here with Jamie, and I'm not sure why, but she's going to explain why her problem is with Jamie. What I felt like in this scenario was that, Jamie was talking to Yasmin and just saying, she found out about the kid situation. She's not sure how she's handling it, but she wants to have a one-to-one conversation with Yasmin. Very polite, not rude, mature way of discussing the situation, not jump into anything, and wanting to have a discussion one-to-one with Yasmin. Then we have Tokyo jumping in saying, I feel this is all fake. I think Jamie's fake. And I'm like, darling, why do you think she's being fake? Right? Because she's just expressing how she felt. What's the fakeness? And she went on to say she got the Barbie effect. But we'll listen to it and I'll explain what I mean.
I'm just tired of this little fake image that you just keep. Everything with you is rehearsed, it's fake.
She's getting on my nerves.
What's the beef?
There's no beef. I'm just calling it how I see it. I just really feel like you're.
Now, obviously, Jamie actually even put the plate down. You did notice that she put the plate down. I was like, wait, what's the beef? What's going on here? Like, she put the plate down, was like, no, we need to address this. But Tokyo is like, I just feel like you're very fake and everything's so rehearsed. I feel like Tokyo's either intentionally starting trouble because obviously, like I said, I think she's a mole. I think she was put here for TV. I think she's just here for TV. I don't think she's really here for love. So she's just stirring the pot. Because I just don't know where this has come from. Again, we don't get to see everything, so it might be happening when we're not seeing it. But this narrative of she's fake and everything and feel like she rehearsed, I was like, what? Because she wants to ask a question about Naeem and the kid situation. She said she didn't know. We saw the evidence. She didn't know about the kid situation. So she's saying, I'm not sure about the situation. So where's the fakeness? Where's the rehearsal that you're talking about? I'm confused. All right?
A troublemaker.
You're fake. That's what you are. That's who you are. Own it. You want to look like a Barbie, huh? Own it. Fake.
You want to look like a Barbie. Fake. Now, Tokyo, are you projecting here? Are you feeling a bit insecure and you're projecting onto Jamie here? Because I don't. Again, I haven't heard her say she's a Barbie. But again, it could have happened when we weren't looking and when the cameras are not showing that. But you saying Barbie, and I haven't got that evidence, so I'm going to go by this narrative, just kind of speaks a little bit more about you, that you're kind of criticizing, criticizing Jamie here. But really and truly, the beef doesn't really lie with Jamie. I mean, I think your insecurity is talking. I think you don't like her because maybe she represents something that you would like to be, maybe, potentially. Because I can't see this fake stuff that you're talking about. Right? And the way you're moving, even in this scenario, let's watch a little bit more of it.
Troublemaker? Yeah, I'm the troublemaker. You're the shadiest of us all.
I'm not shady, baby. I'm real.
I think Tokyo's just messy. I just think that she's the only one going around, like, throwing hella shade at people. You shady, you a hater, you this, you that.
And I'm going to lie to you. From what I've seen, Tokyo has been the shady one. And I mentioned it in the very first episode review that I did. I said she was throwing shade at people. Tokyo has shown us that she has, when she feels like she wants to say something, she'll just say it, right? Which is fine, you can do that. But then you become that person that always wants to tell the truth. And I always say this again, you say truth without love, you're cruel. You're not really a nice person, right? Even though you're telling the truth. And again, it's like, why, again, like I'm saying, like, what have you seen that we're seeing this fakeness that you're talking about from Jamie? Right? I'm not seeing it. And no one else backed the sentiment. It was just Tokyo saying it. No one else has agreed with her. Where is this coming from? This is Tokyo being Tokyo once again, kind of saying how she feels and projecting. All right? I don't know what she's talking about.
I'm like, sis, what are you? Okay.
Yeah.
To make it clear, I was not even speaking to you.
So, you
I
speaking in
was
front of me.
speaking to Yasmin.
I'm you speaking in front of me.
And I was asking.
And see how she's doing it. So you were speaking in front of me, you were speaking in front of me, but she wasn't talking to you. Right? And it wasn't even a beef that she was talking to Yasmin with. She was having a conversation saying that we need to discuss this issue, and you're inserting yourself. And it comes off really bullyish. I'm saying it again. If she's not playing a character role, then listen, I said it from the very beginning. Some people, when they put out a certain energy, it's because their self-esteem is affected. Their actual self-esteem is not as high as you look at it. They portray that they're very high esteemed, and the outer appearance and everything they do is so magnified and so big, but within themselves, they lack a self-esteem. Within themselves, they don't like parts of themselves, and they project on other people. Because this conversation has nothing to do with you, darling. Right? And later on, when Kelsey says, obviously, Tokyo, chill, she's like, why are you inserting yourself in everybody's conversation? That's what you're doing. Again, projecting. She's got bully antics, right? Even the way she dealt with Malik, and the way she dealt with Malika, oh my gosh, whatever his name is, Micah, it's literally, it was bullyish. Same kind of thing. Right? So right now we've seen characteristics of Tokyo that I have not seen of characters of Jamie that you're cussing about. I haven't seen it yet. Right? So look, we'll watch this even later on. But let's do
A
this.
question because we were
What did you?
living the pool. So if you could let me finish.
No.
I just don't understand why we had to wake up.
And again, look, she said, if you just let me finish, and she's like, no. That is the antics of a bully. Somebody wants to bully someone else, and it's specifically Jamie. Maybe she thinks she's seen a weakness in Jamie and thinks she can go after Jamie. But oftentimes when you do that, it's because you see something in her that you'd want. You don't like that person because maybe they have something that you don't have. I'm not sure what that is, but it's screaming insecurity for me right now. I'm gonna need Tokyo to fix up.
With negativity for breakfast, I just wanted my eggs and my turkey sausage.
Tokyo, you ain't have to come at her like that. Like, we should let them talk that through and hash that out. Like, I
Hey,
get it.
Kelsey, why don't you ever mind your business?
How are you telling me to mind my business when you just jumped into it?
Tokyo's the one.
That is a pointless point we can make. How are you telling someone else to mind their business when you are jumping into the business? Have you got a thing with Naeem that you want to address? Like, because obviously you left the conversation with Naeem and Yasmin. Is there something that you're trying to say? This is like, because beforehand we saw the clip where I think it was Jamie. It was Jamie and Kelsey who were in the room, the girls with Tokyo, and there was that. I remember I told you guys there was a little bit of energy that was seemingly there was some beef between Kelsey and Tokyo with Jamie. I said the way that to respond. I don't know if it was her. It might have been Yasmin that was actually in the room, not Kelsey, not Jamie. But Tokyo is just displaying these traits that are super antagonistic, and it's not nice to be around, right? But like I said, I think it screams more about her than anything. Let's go a bit further on.
Always calling people out for starting stuff, but it's really you, sis. It's really you.
Let's not attack individual people. We talking. Let's just leave it at that.
Educate me and figure out what's the point.
No stress. We gonna talk about it.
Okay.
Private.
Well, there you go.
She can keep coming for me.
See? So she tried to insert herself again. Tokyo was like, well, educate me then about what it is then. She was like, and then Jamie was like, listen, do you know what? We will talk about this in private. And then I can see that Tokyo, she had to take a little step back, and she realized her tactics of inserting herself in someone else's business wasn't going to work. Tokyo wants to insert herself in business to have some level of control or some level of power. Sis, sit down. Sit down and heal. Because you're trying to interject yourself in business. You have no room to inject yourself in. Jamie wasn't being rude to Yasmin. They were having a conversation. It wasn't like Jamie was coming at Yasmin and she defending. None of that was happening. It was a civilized conversation until you jumped in. Almost if you want to create madness. Like I said, if you're not a mole who's sent here to create drama, then you've got real issues. Real issues to deal with that we need to talk about. Because you can't be doing that. You know what I mean? If you watch this later on as well, her body language, watch this as well now. Almost like a kid who's been told off. Boom. When Naeem came to sit down, she instantly threw herself back. If you notice earlier on, okay, I'll show you guys. Okay, so she's up and fighting and ready.
See, why don't you ever mind your business?
How are you telling?
Well, there you go.
Naeem's gonna come in a minute.
All she wants to, but
How y'all feeling?
They feeling spicy, bro. Yeah.
Smell drama today.
Here comes the Tiger King!
Hey.
Naeem's coming in.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Boom. She goes onto her phone and she's like, oh, I'm not really interested. But I find that interesting because she's isolated herself from the rest of the group by doing what she's doing. Now, I don't know who in that cutscene later on at the very end where they show us Jay gets up to say, I need to do this or whatever. I don't know if he's coming towards Tokyo or whatever, but you didn't see Jay defend Tokyo in any of this because I'm sure he knew that she had it. But two as well, like, as a man, when you're watching a woman capitulate like this and get involved in business that she doesn't need to get involved in, you should be very wary as a man. If your girl's got the energy to be inserting herself in other people's business and creating problems in things that need not concern her, you've got a problem woman on your hands. You need to let her know that's not what you need to be doing. Like, she needs to know there's a limitation. Why am I saying this? Because that reflects poorly on you. A woman or a man who doesn't know how to handle their business and is always in other people's business is quick to assure death. Reputation suffers. Name suffers. People don't want to be around you because you seem to be involved in everybody's nonsense. You just need to deal with what things are close to you. If they're not involving you, why are you involved? See, and that's what I'm saying to you. Like, as a man, you don't want to see your woman do those kind of things, bro. It's a turn off for a lot of guys, right? There are a lot of guys who be cool with it, sorry. There's a lot of guys who be cool with it, but most guys will be like, nah, it's not my thing, bro. Because all that extra stress and drama is not worth my life, man. Involved in nonsense I don't need to be involved in. Okay, cool. Let's forward it a little bit forward. I want to go a little bit later. Because this scene here, Makai, oh my days, is political. Okay. Oh, before we get to Makai, let's deal with this section here. Naeem and Jamie.
About my past that I've done. I mean, I'm pretty transparent. You look on social media, everything, like my life is pretty out there. So for me, I don't really have anything that I'm afraid that they might find out. I know based on our confession or whatever, I could tell, like, I kind of didn't give you a chance to, like, speak your piece. I kind of just gave you, I felt like I gave you an ultimatum kind of situation. Mm-hmm. But I just wanted to see what your stance was with everything and, like, you know, how you felt about it.
so you have kids. I think that's awesome. You're proud.
And before she goes on talking, obviously they've got a scene where they're talking, and you know he knows that she's not comfortable. He knows that whatever happened between them two, she's not in the best place in regards to the fact that he released the information so late about the kid situation, and the fact that he released the information almost like a side part and like, yo, you know, I told you, and she was like, no, you didn't tell me, so you told someone else. That means you can't remember if you told me or not. And now in a situation where he knows he's messed up, so he's come there, you know, look, I know I didn't give you a chance to talk about the situation, blah, 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 almost give like an ultimatum. He's trying to do damage control, basically, right? So by massaging her, he's trying to have the conversation, trying to lure her into a relaxation, and have that real conversation. But the truth of the matter is, he messed up. He didn't tell her, right? And that's what she's going to tell him right now.
Father, I think for me, it's just like, we had a lot of time to kind of like talk about it. Right. And I feel like you had nothing but opportunities to tell me, but thinking, like, you know, you did tell me, so that's awesome.
I don't know what's going on with him. He's just been all over me lately.
And so I think Jamie needs to also be very, very honest as well. Like, there's none of this, you know, I think it's very, very awesome that you're a dad. Da, da, da. Be honest, sis. 2 kids is a lot for you. You don't know if you can handle it. Keep it a buck. Keep it 100. Don't try to string the man along. Listen, either you can handle it or not. You know, it wasn't just the fact that he told you out the blue. It's the fact that, listen, you already said that the pool side is 1 or 2. 1 kid's enough, but 2, let him know that 2 is just something that's a bit of a stretch for you potentially. You're not really about it. You're not sure. Let him know. Let him know early so he knows exactly what he's got to do. Either he's got to back away or leave it alone. Now, he's all over you because he senses you pulling away. See, men are very, very clever. When they feel you pulling away, they draw nearer. This is part of the push and pull effect, right? I shouldn't say men are smart. Women do this as well. But, you know, it's like as soon as you feel someone kind of pulling away from you, you try to now pull, you try to now draw closer to that person because you can feel them trying to slip away, and you want what you want. I'm not doubting that he wants Jamie. I think he definitely wants Jamie. I think he sees her as a classy woman, sees her as a great woman. But whether she wants to be in a situation where she's going to be a mother of 2 kids, because that's essentially what she's going to be. She can't just be a girlfriend. She has to think about this. It's a deep responsibility. And I think that's what's playing on her mind. But she needs to let him know from the jump, the responsibility in her mindset.
After his date with Ashley, I don't know, maybe he's had some conversations with some of the other ladies and feel like the connection, the vibe isn't there or as strong as what our connection was initially. But I'm going to fill it out a little bit more.
So now Jamie's going to fill it out a little bit more. Sis, the problem wasn't your connection. The problem was you weren't happy with the 2-kid situation. Be open, be frank. Don't try to play it off because it's going to only hurt you in the long run. If you are not comfortable with him having the 2 kids, let him know. You just go, I'm going to feel it out. There's nothing to feel out. You have a great chemistry. Y'all get on. Y'all are really vibes in. Sis, what else is there to work out? You're good in that area. It's about the 2-kid situation. So you need to air that opinion and let him know you may not be comfortable with these 2 kids. So he knows where he stands. Give him that opportunity. Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. He could always be faking the funk, playing the field. We gonna see what's up.
So does this mean, like, I get these off?
I don't know. You gotta work for that. We got a little work to do. We about to take over on this one.
All right, cool. So we're going to talk about Makai and Tokyo. And again, I want to talk about Tokyo's energy, right? Because I really believe that Tokyo wants love, but I think she puts up with strong barriers. And the reason why I think she puts up strong barriers is because she's been hurt in the past. But what I have noticed is the way that she deals with people that she doesn't like. For instance, Foley and Makai. Both were disrespected in a certain type of way. She disrespected Foley by sabotaging, and then she disrespected Makai here verbally. Like, violated verbally. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, the way she played it, she clowned him off. And she wanted to see, she was testing the waters. Can he handle the clowning? Now, would she do that with Jay? She didn't do that. She spoke about how, oh, no, you know, I'm a bit of a player, so you sure you can handle this? Da, da, da. She made it sultry and seductive. She made it mysterious. She made it pull and pull situation. Not in this case with Makai. She was actually trying to warn him, you shouldn't be here. But Makai might be her level. Might be. You know, Makai might be her level. Now, we know it's not his match, but it might be her level. Let's watch a little bit of this, okay? Watch her face as he came to sit down. Look at her face straight away, first of all. Her face is telling you disgust. Look, she's annoyed, she's pissed. What the heck is this little boy doing here trying to come and do my feet? What's this boy doing here? You know what I'm saying? Let's watch a bit more.
Kai is full of surprises today.
You see how she slunk back in her chair? See how she's like, oh, slunk back in her chair. Now she's going to try and see what he's going to do, because what she's really looking for, see, is he going to step up to the plate? Now she's only challenging him because she does not rate him. She didn't challenge Jay this way. She's challenging him because she does not rate him. She doesn't think he has the balls to be the kind of guy that could contain her. He thinks he's excited about her. I think that's a lesson in itself.
How you doing?
Well, I guess it's okay.
I guess, yes.
Put my toe in your mouth and tell me if you like that. Go ahead.
See, that in itself right there is the disrespect. If you didn't realize it, that was a disrespect. When she said put the toe in your mouth, you wouldn't say that to Jay. You wouldn't say that to Naeem, because you consider him a certain type of male that you like in a certain way, so that wouldn't be cool. But this is some clowning stuff that you just did right here, right? You wanted to clown Makai, so you told him to put your foot in his mouth. And listen, if he does it, you are never going to respect him. because he's never meant to do it. If he does it, you're never going to respect him, right? Now, Colette, I want you to notice how disrespectful it is, because the people behind can tell it's disrespectful. Look at their face. I want to go back slightly. Listen and watch the people at the back.
Okay.
I guess, yes.
Put my toe in your mouth and tell me if you like that. Go ahead.
Look at Kelsey, and look at the man who's also rubbing Kelsey's feet. I want to play a little bit longer.
The second one.
Honestly, I'm kind of interested in taking Toke on a date, but I feel like that's the person that could be possibly my match.
He thought that Tokyo could be his match. It's unfortunate, sir. You like Tokyo because you find her attractive. I think you like her abrasive. He's pretty much the good guy liking the bad girl. That's essentially how it really comes out, right? Good guy liking the bad girl, or young guy, who's underdog liking the girl that's a bit bitchy and a bit off key, right? But it's not going to work out that way, right? So what she was saying was actually just trying to disrespect him. Now he tries to come back. I'm not gonna lie to you. He came back with something strong, right? He put it back, push
Low
back.
key, I'm starting to feel her a little bit.
You can't tell me to suck on your toes if you can't suck on mine. It's 50-50.
Okay, I suck. Come on.
It's 50-50.
Okay, come on. Put it in your mouth.
You go first.
Put it in your mouth. No, you go.
You go first.
It's the middle toe. It's the middle toe.
All right, well, it's the middle toe right there.
Okay.
Or maybe the big toe.
Okay.
I will kiss.
Okay.
All right, 3, 2,
2.
1. Look.
She was never gonna do the kiss of the toe part, right? She was never gonna do it. She was never in a million years gonna do it. But it was a test to see if she can punk him, because that's how she saw him. Right? Now he came back strong because he made sure, listen, if I'm gonna do it, you're gonna do it. And he didn't suck it all the way, he just did a little kiss. But he told her, listen, you're gonna have to do it as well, right? But she was never gonna do it. Now, maybe what she was probably waiting for was maybe for him to say, listen, ain't no one ever sucked no one's toe like that, bro. Like, unless we're about that life, you know what it is, right? But he couldn't give her that kind of energy because that's not him. That's the energy she respects. She wants that energy. Like, listen, are you nuts? Who you telling to suck your toe, blood? Listen, suck my toe and I'll suck your toe, isn't it? You know what I mean? And I'm putting that voice on, but I'm saying it's the energy. He doesn't carry that. He doesn't carry that strong energy. He's more of a nice guy, softer natured, and that for her looks like manipulation. She will manipulate the heck out of him. She'll break him. She'll finish him, right? So she's playing with him.
I'm a lady.
We should get to know each other.
Oh, you think we should be something more? Like cousins? Put the toe in your mouth.
She said, like what? Like cousins. And he was like, oh, put the toe in your mouth. Again, that's part of the disrespect. She's actually passively aggressively saying no and disrespecting him. Right? Now, they may go on a date later on, but trust me, just like the Foley situation, she's done him out. She don't care. She's not impressed. She's not about that life. Do you know what I'm saying? So, poor Makai, but again, the brother, the brother's unfortunately not on the menu for Tokyo. I think Tokyo, like I said, has a type. She likes, I wouldn't say necessarily the bad boys, but she likes that level of assertiveness that they bring to the table. And I think when she doesn't see that, Foley and Makai are similar. They don't have that level of assertiveness. She will eat you, chew you up, and spit you out. And so therefore, she can't respect you as men because she feels like she is the one that's more manly than you are. Problem. So Jay or Naheem are the only ones she can really go after because they carry that level of energy. And then Keith is the intellect. He's like your Sigma male. And I always say this, that Sigma males can get away with a lot because their intellectualism and their intelligence puts people on edge. So even if like she is very masculine, even if she carries a lot of masculine energy, when I say that in terms of like she may feel she carries more masculine energy than Foley and Makai, when she meets Keith is the intellect. Keith's like, listen, I'm gonna throw some bars at you. Like, you have to be ready for the intellect. If you're ready for it, cool. If you're not ready for it, then it is what it is, isn't it? The Sigma male. And that is attractive to women like her because the bad girl wants to be understood. right? And the Sigma male has the level or the ability to understand the person. Whereas the alphas, oftentimes, when you're dealing with them, the top tier men, they are respected because of the fact that they carry this level of assertiveness and masculine energy. The natural thing is to surrender and submit, but it doesn't actually necessarily promote understanding. So the Sigma is often the ones that they can go for if there is one in the vicinity, which is Keith. But we'll see how that goes. Because I didn't deep it at first. I was like, why is she going after Keith? And I realized bad girl meets Sigma male. Makes sense. It makes all the sense in the world. And I didn't really deep it earlier on. But yeah. So that was their little situation. So Paul Mackay, like he's going to be mash up. I want to focus on the last little bit, where Jasmine gets sent home for being
I want a man who is secure because his woman, which is me, his queen. I will be secure and make sure that we are both in it together.
And fellas, why was that a deal breaker for you?
Money isn't everything in certain situations. You know, you gotta look past money when it comes to a relationship. Life hits everybody. So if you can't find the better in somebody because of the money, and that's the first thing you look for, it's a deal breaker.
I'm agree with Keith. You just want to have somebody that you know is completely invested in you, for you, not because of, like, I don't think, to me, love has anything to do with, like, external wealth or anything.
I mean, I would love to back that point, but money has everything to do with love. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Okay? All right? Because how love is interpreted for women is a security, it's provision, it's servitude. So money has everything to do with it, guys. I'll be honest with you guys. I would love to say money has nothing to do with love. It has everything to do with love. Okay? Because we need to pay them bills. Okay, so I'm not going to come at Yasmin for having that, because I believe that money does play a role in these things. But I agree at the same time, it shouldn't be the first thing, right? But it has to be there. Just like for men, good looks shouldn't be the first thing, but it has to be there. This is the rules of the game. We can't pretend as if the game doesn't exist. So I don't want to, because when Keith said it, he explained that obviously in some context. But then when Naeem jumped in, it made it sound as if money shouldn't be an issue at all. That is going to sound broski, right? That's going to sound broski. And it's going to sound like somebody who doesn't understand how the world really works. Money does answer of all things, including love. Am I saying that money is the most important thing? No, but it's important. You need it. You need it. And you need it. Okay? All right? Nobody wants to struggle love here. Right, so I actually agree with Yasmin. Money is important, but not a gold digging type of energy. That's slightly different, which is what they labeled as. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it there, guys. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification of uploads. We appreciate you. Stay locked and